believe this game needs no introduction. Let's jump straight into my review of it. The game stars Simon Belmont, a vampire hunter in the Belmont clan obviously, ready to destroy Count Dracula. Castlevania has 6 stages, each consisting of 3 sections and a boss at the end. After you defeat a boss, a red orb comes down and you touch it. You go through the main hall, a tower, the courtyard, an underground cave, a dungeon, a bridge, a clock tower, and finally the grand staircase leading to Dracula himself. Everything stands in your way: zombies, hunchbacks, bats, knights, ghosts, skeletons, mummies, Frankenstein's monster, Medusa, and even Death himself. Add gothic influence, awesome music, and addicting gameplay, and you've got one of the best games ever. Simon wields the iconic vampire killer, a leather whip that can be upgraded to a mace and a flail. He can also obtain sub-weapons, sometimes from enemy drops or more commonly by whipping candles, which are plastered all throughout the castle. The dagger is okay, but it's not my weapon of choice. The axe can take down enemies from a distance or above you. Then you have the cross, which behaves like a boomerang, but the most awesome weapon is the holy water. It destroys anything in your path. Same goes for the stopwatch that, at the cost of 5 hearts per use, freezes enemies for a few seconds. Unlike most games where hearts replenish your health, in the Castlevania series they act as ammo for your sub-weapons. You can also pick up shot multipliers that allow you to throw 2 or 3 of your weapon at a time. Well, how do you refill your health? By breaking walls and finding pork chops inside, of course. I'm actually tempted to smash a wall in my room as I'm recording this, hoping to find a pork chop inside. I mean, come on, who wouldn't be? What's really weird is the setup of this castle. Random staircases, random blocks. Just look at the blueprints, for God's sake. I'm not saying it's bad weird, it's funny, but let's not forget the bottomless pits. Sometimes I can beat this game without dying once, but that still means it's one of the hardest games you'll ever play on the NES. You guessed it, knockback. Why do so many games have knockback? What kind of logic does it have? It makes for a lot of cheap deaths, and I've never understood it. The jumping control is also infamously stiff. You can't control your jumps in midair, making the level design hard to go through as well. I hate these spike traps, I hate these caves, and I really hate this clock tower. The hunchbacks move around randomly, there's bats everywhere, crows, skeletons that throw bones, and of course, Medusa heads. How about these bone towers, or even the axe knights, both of which take forever to kill? The boss fights start off easy, but then you have the fight with Frankenstein, where Igor jumps all over the place and shoots fireballs. You can't hurt him either, you gotta attack Frankie. Don't get me started on the Grim Reaper, especially the hallway leading up to him. Medusa heads and axe knights. Luckily you have unlimited continues, plus the original version on the Famicom Disk System has a save feature. It's not so hard in the beginning, of course, but overall this game requires a lot of patience. Let's just say that by the time you get to Frankenstein, you're at a point where you're going to need the triple shot holy water from here on out. That's the easiest way you're going to get through Death himself and those axe knights. Though I feel like he might be a little too easy with the holy water. The cross will work too. And I pretty much spammed the stopwatch to get through the clock tower. Stupid birds. Once you get to the grand stairway, it's time to stock up on hearts. All Dracula does is teleport and shoot fireballs. It's a little tricky, as you can only attack his head, and he hits hard if he shows up on top of you, but eventually you decapitate him and he turns into... What is this, a bat? A demon? Yeah, he's big, but he's not really that hard as long as you have the triple shot holy water across. One last whip to the face, and congratulations, you've beaten Castlevania. We get to see the castle crumble, and we're treated to a credit sequence that parodies the names of horror actors. It's silly, and I don't know who came up with it, but for whatever reason, it's a credit sequence I'll never tire of. Bottom line, a hard game, but a classic. But am I going to review the sequel, Simon's Quest? I don't know, it's already been reviewed to death by the AVGN and countless other gamers. So that wraps it up for this installment, and I'll see you in the next one.